In today's video, we're going to be talking about why you should be concerned about long-term heartburn. But before I delve further into this video, I want to take an opportunity and thank our sponsors for today, that is me. And I want to thank all the proceeds that we got from my book, Happy Gut, Healthy Weight, which have gone into the production of this video. So let's dive straight in. Friends, heartburn is a very common condition. Heartburn is also medically known as Gastro-Oesophageal reflux disease or GERD. It is also called just reflux or regurgitation, or some people also call it chest burning. Now, it is used in various terminologies to really mean one common theme. And that one common theme is that there is too much acid from the stomach, which is going up into the food pipe or the esophagus. Let's look a little bit further into it because it is crucial we understand why reflux can become abnormal and it can lead to complications. And that's what we're going to be discussing in this video. Friends, your stomach makes acid, and acid is something that our body needs for a variety of reasons. Number one, it is required to digest food. You see animals like dogs, they eat raw foods, or most of the animals eat raw food, but they need the acid to actually be able to break it down such that the body can then absorb the proteins and the carbohydrates and the fats and all of that. Secondly, acid is required to absorb essential nutrients and metals like iron. Iron requires vitamin C and acid for its absorption. And most importantly, the acid in the stomach, which is the first place where the food lands in, the churning action and the mixing of the food with the acid actually kills all the harmful bugs in the food or anything that the person may have ingested. So the acid is actually required, and it's very beneficial for the stomach. The protective mechanisms that are there in the stomach itself, which prevent the acid from causing damage in the food pipe, are really important to understand. There is a valve at the point where the food pipe joins the stomach, and that valve prevents the backflow or the backwash of the acid into the food pipe. Also, very importantly, this green thing is the diaphragmatic muscle. The diaphragmatic muscle forms these sling of fibers around the point where the food pipe joins the stomach, and it also acts as a sling that keeps this valve closed, and that prevents the acid from coming back up. But what happens in certain situations when there is too much acid production or the valve is not functioning properly? It causes the stomach acid to come up all the time. Those conditions can be when an individual is taking lots of medications, especially painkillers. When you're taking a lot of painkillers, it creates a lot of acidity in the stomach, and that gets splashed around and it has to go up into the food pipe. Also, there is this bug called as Helicobacter pylori. If there is an infection in the stomach with Helicobacter, it creates a condition called as gastritis, which also leads to more reflux. Other conditions in the lifestyle, such as smoking, alcohol, too much stress, or even being overweight, especially when men carry a lot of weight in the middle part, it's called truncal obesity, also causes the individual to experience more heartburn or reflux. There is one other hormone in the gut which is called the gastrin. Now, this gastrin, latest research shows that is associated with vitamin D deficiency. When vitamin D is deficient, gastrin levels are up, which cause the stomach acid cells to produce more acid. So that is something that is new. It's still an area of interesting research. However, vitamin D is very important in maintaining the overall regulation. But People often ask me that what are the typical and some of the unusual symptoms that you can get out of reflux, and this is where simply taking over-the-counter medications is not a great idea. Friends, reflux can present with the typical symptoms of heartburn or a burning sensation behind the breastbone, and that is a very common thing. People think it's just because of some extra spicy food that they might have had, and that's causing the typical symptom. But there are quite a few atypical symptoms which are not the usual symptoms of heartburn or reflux, which an individual may be experiencing without really knowing that it's the reflux which is causing it. Some of them are an ongoing sour taste in the mouth with bad breath. It could also be causing dental caries. Acid in the mouth causes damage to the teeth. It can also cause vocal cord inflammation, leading to a constant throat pain and also a hoarseness of the voice and also ongoing coughing. This need to keep clearing your throat all the time. Besides this, it can cause asthma. A lot of lung symptoms of asthma, lung infections are caused because of the acid going back up into the windpipe, especially when the individual is lying down at night time, and that is what also causes choking. This is more commonly seen when individuals are lying down at night time. So if you are experiencing all these symptoms, please make sure that you get it checked out. There are some complications of ongoing long-term heartburn or reflux that you do not want to get into. And those are not just choking, acid reflux, although choking can actually create a high risk of even death for that matter, but certainly ongoing lung infections are an issue. But what are the two most concerning things is this development of a condition called as Barrett's esophagus, which is nothing else but a change in the lining of the lower part of the food pipe, which is constantly getting acid coming back up. And the other condition is that of esophageal cancer, which is something that happens as a change in the lining of the food pipe itself, which is the Barrett's esophagus. So the cancer develops in the Barrett's esophagus and is more commonly seen in individuals that are having overweight or who are having truncal obesity as well. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, do like it and share it with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel for forthcoming videos.